Hi guys, it's Amazing Purple Girl back with the excavation of Hobb's Barrow, and this is part 6. So we went looking for Mother Mildred, who goes, "No, my name's Mildred Walker, thank you very much," but that's what the locals call her. And we found her, and she tells Thomasina the most amazing story. Thomasina's dad was at the excavation of Hobb's Barrow 25 years ago. So, what are we going to do with that? Let's get into it. Right, we left off having spoken to Mr. Crozier to get the knife out of the pub table. Let's go back to Mr. Crozier because I haven't finished talking to him.
Good day.
Hey up.
Hey up.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye? Why are you showing me?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
Ha! Have you gone daft?
Yep.
Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
I found out my father visited Bewlay 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were you here for?
That's what I intend to find out. What do you make of this stone?
Don't look like out to me.
Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some right stories. Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life.
Indeed.
Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle. Can't say I've seen her myself, mind.
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
No.
Apologies. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
I mean, you could talk over your banging, but maybe not a good idea. Right, let's go talk to the lady who's setting up for the market.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I apologise too. Okay, right, so maybe we should go to the Devil's Toe since he's just mentioned it.
The Devil's Toe, a local landmark. What a peculiar name, the Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
Well, they did say they rebuilt it as best they could remember, so yeah. Right, what do I need to do now? Try and refresh my memory. I've got the knife. Oh, I know what I need the knife for. But I don't know that I need it yet. This is where my poor memory starts failing me because I last played this quite a while ago. No, nothing at the station. That's where we were. Could try the church. Oh, hello.
Hey, boy.
We always assume dogs are boys, don't we? I wondered if the dog was leading me somewhere. Yes. Ah, it's your dog. Oh, this is new to me.
Hello, dear.
Good day.
Sydney, must you be so unruly? Run along home now, won't you?
Hello.
I believe we've met.
Miss Thomasina Bateman, the famous antiquarian.
My reputation precedes me.
I can assure you it does.
And you are?
James.
Hi, James. My lord, that's a lot of topics.
Are you a painter?
You see this beck before you. Look at the water. See how it tumbles and falls. I seek one spot on which my eyes can rest. Be it a stone or a small corner of the current. I meet it with my gaze. And out of the tumbling and falling, a new land rises. I see a new world.
You certainly have the eloquence of an artist. What are you painting?
A new world.
Quite the ambition.
Indeed, my ambition knows no bounds.
Can I see it?
Not yet. It's not finished. Such a world is not complete without you in it.
You flatter me, James.
Nonsense. Say you'll let me paint you.
Paint me like one of your French women. I haven't even seen your work.
I haven't even seen your work. What if you can't paint?
Don't fret, my dear. You shall be the shining star of my new world. When the time comes, I shall call on thee.
Will you?
What do you make of this stone?
It looks antique. You might want to keep a hold of it.
Do you know of Hobb's Barrow?
I'd like to know more about you, Thomasina. What time do you like to rise in the morning? How do you like your tea? What makes you happy?
That first question is quite personal. Well, I know I said I would tell the truth, but I think I'm going to lie to James.
Late, with 3 spoons of sugar and spending time with my husband.
You disappoint me. I sense no truth in your words.
I don't care.
Are you a woman of dubious principles, Thomasina?
You ask too many questions.
Are you, Thomasina? Because I certainly am.
Do you know Leonard Shoulder?
A man of Bewlay?
Yes.
I care not for the men of Bewlay. Only for the visitors.
Really?
Was that your dog?
Yes, his name is Sydney. Quite the excitable pup. Don't mind his bark. The little fellow wouldn't hurt a fly.
No.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
A fine gentleman. Now that is someone who commands respect.
Do you know him personally?
No,
Yes.
I don't think anyone can really claim that. But what a tiring subject. Shall we discuss something a little more exciting?
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
I wouldn't listen to James, my dear. Not quite telling you the truth. Right. He certainly does know Lord Panswick, as we find out later. Right, done that bit, which is what I knew I needed to do. So what's next? No, Cyril's not at home. I was right though, I did need to follow the dog, but the dog didn't stay there to be followed. So, not helpful. There's that squirrel again. Oh, the dog. Why are you at that resin, dog? I guess it's another clue.
Resin has been oozing from the stump. It looks set now.
Well, let's get it then.
I've collected some waxy resin.
Lucky you. Can't go that way.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Fair enough. What do I need to do? I'm now one of the actual people playing these games going, I wonder what I should be doing now. Mr. Shoulder? You're not in, are you?
Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Stanley, anything to say?
I've had some rather unbelievable news, Stanley.
Oh? Remarkable.
Quite the coincidence, is it not?
Remarkable. Just remarkable.
Do you recall my father from back then?
I'm afraid not. Those were my droving days, you see. I didn't spend much time in Bewlay, but an interesting turn of events nonetheless.
What do you know of Mother Mildred?
I'll tell you what I know about Mother Mildred. She wants locking up.
Oh dear.
How so?
She owes me a small fortune on her tab from years ago. Do remind her next time you see her, won't you?
I'd rather not get involved, if you don't mind.
Yeah, not my
Careful
job.
who you trust, Miss Bateman.
Not my job.
Who is Miss Tompkins?
A housemaid in the employ of Panswick Manor. She comes by to pick up his lordship's weekly paper.
I'm surprised newspapers are available in Bewlay.
Aye, his lordship gets what he wants.
Lord Panswick likes to keep up with affairs from outside of Bewlay.
Aye, he has many interests around the country.
What sort of interests?
His lordship's affairs are his own business.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Really? Okay. Right, let's look at the to-do. So explore Bewlay. Convince Mr. Bridon. I can't do that yet. He's told me no. Investigate local folklore. Right. So I think I need to speak to people about folklore and the stone. I don't think I can talk to her though.
Good day.
I'm still sitting up my
Yeah.
stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, let's... No, Arthur won't be at the railway station, will he? Well, we'll go there anyway, just in case he's there. No, he's not there. Attention, Bewlay Station is closed for the time being due to track damage between Bewlay and Bakewell. We apologise for any inconvenience caused. Midland Rail. Sounds par for the course for Midland Rail, if you ask me. Was that scathing? Oh, Herbert. Oh, Herbert. Right, Cyril's not there. No one's in the pub. There's Crozier. Let's go out this way. Why can't I find anybody to talk to? Did I talk to Bridon about the stone? Yes, I did, didn't I? And there's nothing out here.
The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
No questions. I'm not interested.
But
Off with you.
Yeah. To Mildred again.
I have nothing else to ask
No.
for the time being.
Oh dear. This is bad because I have forgotten what I need to be doing.
I shan't be visiting the Badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
Oh dear, you and Badgers. He's still there.
Good day, James.
My dear.
How is your painting coming along?
Quite well, but it needs more work. I'm aching to show you, but I must restrain myself.
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
I think I've worked out what I need to do. Oh no, there's the Devil's
Hello?
daughter. Sorry, that's what they call her. There he is.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. There you are. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
Look at that face. Yes, this same gentleman who was running away from the pub that first night. You can see it's him. Yes, tell the truth.
That's my name.
How marvellous. It's me, Leonard Shoulder.
Hi, Len.
Heavens. I'd given up on finding you.
Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
He could be lying. He could have killed Leonard Shoulder.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
How dreadful. I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye. I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath. I've not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I were worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed. I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry. Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
Fine, Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvellous.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobb's Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will also deny delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this.
I've been bound to me bed, lass. What an extraordinary coincidence. You are following in your father's footsteps.
It would seem so, Mr. Shoulder.
Mr. Shoulder. I don't know what to believe with you.
Why did you invite me to excavate Hobb's Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I were a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously, especially after those lads entered the barrow a while back.
Those lads being one of them being your father and one of them being the other Mr. Bridon.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
But why do you wish to excavate the barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there.
Do
My
you?
curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself.
Well, aren't we all?
I've managed to find Hobb's Barrow, but Mr. Bridon is yet to give me permission to excavate.
Is that so? Keep trying. You'll relent eventually.
Sure.
Perhaps you could have a word with him.
Oh no. A lovely young lass such as yourself has a better chance of changing his mind than a shaky old goat like me.
You told me in your letter there would be no issue gaining access to the barrow.
I didn't foresee anyone I wrote to you. I'm sorry this has been more complicated than anticipated. Don't give up yet, Miss Bateman. Keep trying with Mr. Bridon.
Sure. I'll do just that.
Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewlay for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Are you sure you had no idea of my father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
I'm starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
None of the sort.
She don't believe in coincidence.
What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobb's Barrow?
Oh, it were 25 years ago, or thereabout. Back then, Bewlay were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bridon hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew. Folks started to believe the ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry, a panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed. These things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobb's Barrow.
Well,
It was long said that a goblin made his home there. A
well.
rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some
course.
unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself. The villagers believed that ridding the barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
No, not to start
Whether
with.
it were his intent to join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bridon and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick.
But it did.
Crops started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewlay were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did. As far as the villagers are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
And it's also why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
Except for you.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true.
Not at all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bridon on the excavation?
I'm
Who?
afraid I don't know.
Yeah.
Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time.
Yeah.
The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for me liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
You know, at the end of the day, it was just superstition in the Wicker Man too.
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobb's Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewlay has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
I think they call it liminal space in the back rooms, don't they?
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds, where the flesh meets the spirit world. Just superstition, of course, as you all know.
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles.
Oh,
Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Sacksnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote. But Saxnot entered
Yep.
Bewlay and ordered a pair of boots to be made by the cobbler. However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder.
Yes.
Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
We'll find out, I'm sure.
I had a peculiar dream last night.
About
I met a
Saxnot.
creature at Hobb's Barrow. I suppose you might say it was a goblin. It told me it had saved my father from trouble inside Hobb's Barrow. I'll admit the coincidence of this is somewhat astounding.
A remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer indeed.
Mr. Shoulder, you invited me here, to a town I'd never heard of, only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
You're getting it, Thomasina. You're getting it.
This is my father's journal.
Incredible. Can I look inside?
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss Bateman.
What do you make of this strange stone?
The carving of a cockerel?
Yes, it was strapped to my father's journal. Do you think it could have something to do with the previous excavation?
Possibly.
Possibly, though I'm not aware of the motif having any meaning around these parts.
Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the plough and furrow on the night of my arrival.
Where you were.
there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several days, Miss Bateman.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you.
You've either got a twin Mr. Shoulder or you were there.
We're peas of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories. It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And a chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
Funny he's got a spot there when he only goes there.
Starting to wonder if Mr. Shoulder even existed.
That's two. He only goes there for his post. So it's a bit odd that he says he has a spot there. Right. Well done, us. Let's have a look at time. I think that's a good place to call it on this part. We found the elusive Mr. Shoulder, which is good because it's progressing the story. Is he all he seems? He was 99% sure it was him that we chased leaving the pub, and his glove was there. So yeah, he does not tell the truth all the time, if at all. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and for now, bye.